Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to take you guys along with me while I tried to design a wine label for the wine I actually made this summer. This was a really spontaneous project. We had done some research about like making your own mead, making your own wine, but never really taken it seriously. Up until the point that this summer we had a ton of dandelions in the garden, and I had seen and read a lot about dandelion wine, mostly I think in Hilarie Burton's book. I'll pop it in the description. But I thought this is actually the perfect opportunity to try and make actual wine. We've never done anything like this before, and it did take quite a bit of prep work. We ended up picking so many dandelion flowers, freezing a ton of them, and then separating the flowers from the green bits of the flowers and everything. It just took a really long time to get everything prepped. And then it was in a gallon jug processing for the past 4 months. Yeah, so this is the result of those 4 months. This is our dandelion wine, and I'm absolutely obsessed with the colour that it has. I think I read somewhere that it's a bit of a bottled sunshine, and honestly we already tasted it. It's exactly what it tastes like. I know it'll still get better the longer we wait, but I do actually want to gift a bottle of this to one of my friends, so I thought it would be really fun to make a label for them. The other bottle I have here is actually cherry wine. We also have a really big cherry tree and a ton of cherries this summer, so we did end up making a batch of cherry wine as well. Also a gorgeous colour, and I honestly can't believe that we made this with things that grow in our garden. So we are extremely happy about this. But yeah, I'm gonna start with a dandelion wine because I have a smaller bottle that I want to gift, and then I probably will make a label for the cherry wine as well. And I really do think this is something we'll be doing every year, so maybe it can be a yearly thing that we design labels. I think it would be really fun. So I do have a few ideas for what the label could look like. I'm thinking some kind of drawing around the label itself of a dandelion flower, and then as it goes to seed in a kind of evolution around the label. And then I have a few fonts that I want to try to write out dandelion wine and then the year we made it. And yeah, I think I should probably put our names on it. I don't know. I should probably think of a kind of name for our wines. I guess that sounds really weird to say because I haven't thought that much of it. But yeah, this is just the first label. I can still edit whatever I want, and honestly it's really just for personal use. We don't really plan on selling or doing anything with it. It's just for the fun of it. So this is going to go to, like, we're gonna drink it, friends are gonna drink it, family are gonna drink it, and that's about it. So yeah, let's get started with drawing the labels. started out with just sketching my idea that I had beforehand. And honestly, this is one of my favourite bits of drawing, is just the fiddling, the figuring out how I want it to look, how I want it to feel, the vibe that I'm going for. And this is, in my opinion, the easy bit, just playing around. And that feeling of playing around is something I want to extend in the whole process of making a drawing. After settling on how I wanted it to look, I did move to the sofa, which honestly probably isn't the best position to sit in while drawing, and you can see my posture just getting worse and worse as the video continues. I always say I want to sit up straight and watch my back and my neck, and I never end up doing it, and it's something I will definitely have to learn because my neck did hurt after making these drawings, and that should not be the case. But yeah, I sat myself down, I used some reference images that I found online and just started sketching a dandelion flower in general. No matter what I want my drawing to be, I always do start with looking at references, sketching them, deciding on how I want it to look, just figuring out the structure of something, especially if it's something in real life and not fantasy. I want to start from the base of a photo that I can learn from before then making my own original drawings. So once I had finished the sketch and I was happy with how it was going and the vibe that I was going for, I decided to copy my drawing using a Lightbox. I used to always make the mistake of working on my original drawing when I would use paint or colouring pencils or whatever, and I always regretted it. So it took me a while, but I did eventually learn to just copy my drawings. I really enjoy having the original sketch that I can always go back to, that I didn't ruin because I used a technique that I didn't like, or I made a mistake, or I messed up in a way. So I really do enjoy using the Lightbox. I don't know why, it just gives me a sense of calm just copying things. I always thought that was a really nice moment when you decided, okay, I'm going to copy what I've done now. You don't have to think up anything new. It's just following the lines. Yeah, I find it really relaxing. I decided to use watercolour as my main way of colouring in the drawing, and I ended up using colouring pencils as well after this, just because I like adding a bit of detail like that. But yeah, I've had these watercolours and the colouring pencils for quite a few years now. The set has really served me well. The colours are so pigmented. I will write in the description what the exact name is because I can't remember off the top of my head now. But I have used them for so long and I still love using them. And probably if I ever have to replace them, I will buy the exact same set. I can never really decide at this point in a drawing what I want to do to finish it off. I love using fine line pens, but I find that it sometimes not ruins the drawing, but makes it too precise or too defined, and it's not always the vibe I wanted to go for. But right now I figured I would just do it in some spots to create a bit more definition, but not on all of it. Once I was at the stage of finishing off the label, I was struggling a bit to find a font that I thought worked well enough in Photoshop. I tried a few out, it just didn't match up with what I had in my head. And in general, I was noticing that, something was a bit off. I couldn't really decide what it was. So eventually I did actually end up going back to one of my original sketches and taking some elements from that to finish off the colour version. But I also ended up really realising I liked one of the original sketches a lot too, as you'll see later. I'm back with my final update on the wine label, the dandelion wine label that I wanted to make. I ended up deciding to go for the black and white, the original sketch that I made to print to put on the bottles, despite having just drawn and painted a second one with the watercolours and spending some time sketching a more detailed thing. Honestly, I really enjoy doing this, so it's definitely not a waste. I just realised while I was working on it that even though it was so much fun to draw it, I probably wanted something more simple, and just using the watercolour and the pencil was more of a relaxation thing and just like a test to see how would I do it? And I did enjoy fiddling with it and working on it in Photoshop as well. But once I was looking at it, I realised I kind of just wanted the really simple sketch, especially because, I don't know, the bottle and the colour is already really pretty, and I just loved the idea of just a simple label on there. I'll be sticking it on in a bit, but I just love the look of this. It's really simple, and this was more what I wanted in the end. Definitely still very happy that I did all of the other drawing and painting because it was a lot of fun, but this was more the idea I had at the start, and I'm happy that I'm returning to it in the end. I am going to stick this one on here but I am going to print proper labels for the other bottles that I still have. This was just printed on my printer here at home. It's not the best, but I thought it would be fun to have one in this version. I will be drawing one for the cherry one as well, but I'm not really rushed to do so. The bottles actually still have to rest for a few months still, so it's not like I'll have them around in the kitchen standing around, or I'll be giving them to people yet. So yeah, this was just the project because I couldn't wait to get started on it, but I will be doing the cherry wine a bit later, I think. I'm really curious to see what I will decide to do for the next batch of wine that I make. Might be a fun tradition to just have a new label every year and see how my style and my idea of what I like develops in the end. But yeah, very, very happy with that result. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I'll probably be doing a lot more drawing videos in the future, but I'll also be knitting and sewing and doing anything else that I can think of that feels creative and fun to me. But yeah, I'll see you soon.